Well, good afternoon to you, good afternoon. I've just read a question. It's actually an intelligent question. Is it an intelligent question? Yeah. Of course it's a jolly intelligent question. A chap who knows all sorts of clever stuff asked, what is the X thingy on the building? And I am rather guessing that he caught sight of that X thingy there. Yeah. So, as my shoulders are aching and my knees are telling me that I've been standing upright too long today, I thought I would spend just a little bit of time explaining the X thingy. Now, of course, they're not all X thingies. That's an X. I'm not quite sure what you would call that. It's not an X, is it? It's what it is, it's a blacksmith made job where, you know, he had a piece of bar. It actually looks like the sort of rowel that they use for the rollers on the bottom of garage doors, and it's been split and bent and makes a sort of X thingy. And part of the clue is the bolt. And some X thingies are in the shape of a letter S, and I'm trying to think where I can see one now. There's one that's sort of not really an S, is it? But yeah, you get the idea. And there's one that, yeah, a couple of bits of bar that have been welded together. Again, it's got a bolt in the middle and a big nut on it. There's a dinky little one up there on that building, and there's another one there. And as luck would have it, just so that we can really get to understand these things, I've put one of these in. Only it's not an X thingy. Yeah, see, if you've been lifting and mucking about with big chunks of stone, sometimes it's a good idea to stop and do something different. So, shall we go inside the building and see what we've got behind that rather over-length bit of studding? Now, mind your head. Incidentally, I put all of these beams in. Yeah. But if we come to this bit here, you can see that we've got this iron bar that goes through a hole in the front wall, and it goes all the way across the building, and it goes through an hole in that wall. I drilled them holes, and I didn't do the making of these things. I went to a local, I don't know what you'd call him really, the Metallerie Bren. He makes these. All it is, it's a chunky bit of black iron. I would call it black iron. I don't know quite what they call it here. And he welds some threaded stud on the ends, and well, you drill a hole in the wall, and then you push that through, and you put the whatever shaped plate you've got on it, and you drill that hole, and you hook it all together, and then you tighten up the nuts. So this is always under tension. Now, being iron, of course, it's under less tension on a hot day, and it's under more tension on a cold day. We'll cover thermal expansions and all that another day, perhaps. But why do we need them? Now, I'm going to go to a classroom, and we'll find something to do some sketches and such likes. Okay, well, gather round, chaps. We'll have a little see if we can explain this. Now, a house is not much more than a cardboard box. Okay, it's made in stone and concrete and brick and what have you, but fundamentally it's a box, and gravity always works that way. So we've got a roof on the top of this which weighs however many tons, and we've got gravity with all of the upper brickworks and what have you, and that gravity, that weight, is pushing downwards. And if you've got a box and you push downwards, he said, the walls will begin to bow outwards. They might bow inwards, but they will certainly bow. Now, the standard method of building walls with these old stone houses is quite simple. You find a chunk of stone which is tapered, so you've got a fat end and a thin end, and what you do is you lay a course of well, here, generally speaking, torchy, but it might be show, it might be all sorts of things. And then you lay a lot more muck, and then you lay another stone that is tapered. And then behind it, you lay stones that are tapered the other way. And each stone is separated. It's not held together. It's separated by a lot of muck. As I say, torchy or show, and what you fill in the middle with, should have sharpened this pencil really, shouldn't I? What you fill the middle in with is rubble and muck. So the natural thing for these stones to want to do is to come out that way, because they're tapered. So you put weight on them, and that actually tries to squeeze them out. The other little problem we have here, this stone here is a limestone that, if it gets wet and then gets frosted, will start to break up. Now, of course, the outside ones will start to get frosted and break up quicker than the inside ones, because hopefully the inside ones are underneath the roof and they're dry, and so the walls, there's a tendency for the walls to want to move about a bit. Now, in our nice building, we do have beams that do various things. They hold the floor up, or they allow you to hang a light bulb in the living room, or whatever. And those beams will stop the walls from going that way. What they won't do is they won't stop the wall from going that way. So we've got weight acting that way, and what the walls are going to want to do is they're going to want to, shall we do that again? They're going to want to go like that, which is not good if you're trying to watch the television or sleep soundly in your bed at night. So what we find with a lot of these buildings is what the word that everyone uses is chainage, but I looked that up in the dictionary and couldn't find it. So I don't know if that's a local word or or what. I'm sure someone will bang away on Google Translate or something, and yeah. And it literally is a bolt that you put through the building, all the way through, and you bolt it up tight, and that holds the building together. That's the theory. Yeah, so there we are. That's what an X thingy is all about. Now, tomorrow's lesson we will be looking at thermonuclear reactors and how the addition of a small piece of chalk in the middle of the reactor will destroy the world. So, you know, your homework for tonight is to go out and build a stone building and stop it falling down.